Oli, I salute you, Chairman. How is it going? We're on X and we're on TikTok. Oba Eyes, how are you doing today? We're on X and we're on TikTok. Mr. Solubai, my G. Soft OB on X, how is it going? Grand Rising. Modesty, it's been a while. How are you doing today? Hello. What's going on? What's popping? Yeah. Mojisola, good morning. Fantastic. Your 9 days ritual. That's fantastic. White Dove, good morning. Oh, oh. Princess Adiola, Grand Rising. Goddess, Grand Rising to you. Crystal James Stone, good afternoon. If you are yet to register for the 6-night money manifestation conclave, you might just be sitting on a long thing. Like they always say. Machi, good afternoon. I think it's been a while I came online. I think that was last time I came here was like on Wednesday or so. Lovely, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, we are preparing for this masterclass. Speed 6, you're here to complete your payment. Yeah, you will complete it, don't worry. We're here to complete the 6. We're here to, you're here to complete your money. Let me not confuse myself. We are preparing for this 6-night money manifestation conclave. Ayo, hi. No, you didn't. I didn't start at 11 today. I started like a few seconds ago, few minutes ago. Sunday school. Normally Sunday school starts at 11 a.m. But today, fantastic, speed 6. I like that. I like that attitude. I like that spirit. Yeah, you're on the same time with Nigeria now. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you. a lot of the subscribers on the TikTok subscribers, I'm getting messages that your subscription will expire in 48 hours. No video today, GeoBlaze. Good afternoon. There's no need for that. I'm doing great, thank you. Oh yeah, that's true. Beats by Maxi. Happy Sunday. Yeah, subscribers only live session. We are having a subscribers only live session at 9 p.m. tonight. So there is the subscribers only live session on TikTok. So we're having one tonight, and we've been on the series Money Manifestation. And tonight we're going to look at something else, but that's 9 p.m. So this is more or less like a free live session. How many people here know, if you know anything about the biological term called epigenetics? Epigenetics. If you have heard it or you know about it, type in the comment section, epigenetics. The solution to a lot of the problems that people are going through, they are in proximity. The solution to any challenge you have right now is not far away from you. It's either within you or just in proximity around you. Exactly. These are the different stages and processes I had to go through to reconfigure, to rewrite the algorithm of my life. Thank you very much. Heritable changes. Hereditary reconfiguration. Just see, if you are expecting people to carry you all through, you will remain incapacitated. And the goal is not to be incapacitated. The goal is to stand up and do something about any aspect of your life that you are not proud of. If you are not proud of any aspect of your life, the number one thing you are meant to do is to start doing a research. One of the things Oyedepo said years ago that I really learned from that was that he said, when he started the journey in his life, he said, every time he got to a brick wall, he locked himself up for 3 days in the house to know what is going on. What can I do to get out of this situation? When was the last time you locked yourself indoor? When was the last time you shut out the whole noise to go deep within yourself? Because your help is not coming from the sky. You're looking up to the hill because you think your help will come from the hill. No, your help comes from within you. So you have to connect with yourself. That's where your help comes from. That's the citadel, the center of your kingdom, power, and your glory. It's not in the sky. It's not on the hill. It's not anywhere other than in yourself. I know Oyedepo said every time he did that, after 3 days, he got the answer. And imagine he was doing this in the 70s, when there was less distraction. Compared to 2025, the 21st century, where there are weapons of mass destruction all over the place. So it requires more. And this is the interesting thing about this generation. It is very easy to become anything you want to become in this generation because the resources are so diverse now. the instruments you can use. Knowledge has been disseminated openly in the public space. Understanding, insights, the tools, artificial intelligence. So nobody has an excuse not to break even in any aspect of their life compared to the 70s. Thank you very much. Compared to the 70s, when people had to struggle harder than we have to struggle now, and they still made magic. As much as we criticize religious leaders, nobody can underestimate the achievements of people like Oyedepo. Nobody can do that. You disagree with them on doctrines and all of that, but you cannot underestimate or dismiss the success of a man who came from nothing and built a global empire. You can't. You can't underestimate the success of a man who grew up in the thick villages of Osun State, who was walking barefoot until he was 17 years old, and now he has built a global religious institution called Redeemed Christian Church of God. Disagree with the doctrine, but there are lessons to learn from these guys. They had less opportunities and tools than we have now. They were limited. The data and information at their disposal required for them to command what they command now. When in the 70s, in the 60s, it was less. They were disadvantaged. We have more leverage now, but yet more people are going about like losers, making excuses for why they are still in the situation that they are in. I'm telling you guys. You are the light, you are the darkness, you are the fire, you are the water, you are the thunder, you are the earth, you are the spirit. You are everything you are looking for. You are the problem, you are the solution, you are the challenges, you are the opportunities. You are the double-edged sword. That's who you are. You are. Because in the 60s and the 70s, the people who are in the position of influence and power now, where they were in the 60s and the 70s, there was nothing that they had. There was no leverage they had that could grant them the level of influence, wealth, and power they have right now. But we have more. We have more right now. We have more, guys. We have more. The problem with a lot of people is you don't want to connect with yourself. Laziness. Spirituality is not laziness. Spirituality is work. Spirituality is work. That's what spirituality is. I was talking to someone and I said to them, I said, you look at a lot of us in the conscious community who are pushing for knowledge, pushing for emancipation of the African people and all that. I said 98% of us are not ready. Yeah, we are not ready. No. The only thing we are ready for is to set up ring light and be talking and be attacking everybody. There is a young guy, his church is very popular. Some of you would know him if I mention his name. I have inside information about a lot of these people. Now, this young man is just 31 years old now. When he started his church, he was just in his mid-20s. And now, currently, his church now owns a particular property in Lagos that is worth 1.8 billion. He owns a property in Abuja that is worth 1.2 billion. He's just 31, 32 years old. He's commanding influence in society. You don't have to, I disagree with most of the things they say. And I'm just telling you one off. There are many of these guys who live in my estate. Most of these new cards in the Christian community, they live in my estate. I see them in the morning when I'm jogging. These are guys who Guess how they got to where they are today? Some of these guys had to empty their bank account because of what they believe in. They had to lock themselves up in a place. They had to go into a secluded corner, a secret place to build themselves before they stepped out. And they had to make all the required sacrifices. And see where they are today. A lot of people don't want to hide. They want to show off. Instant gratification. Instant gratification. Just by embarking on a research and investigation and audit into your life, I'm preparing I'm gathering all the sessions I've done on sexual energy, right? And I was putting some stuff together this morning. And one of the things that I wrote down was sexual energy audits. Do you know about that? Sexual energy audits. Relationship audits. Emotional audits. To live a holistic life, you must audit every aspect of your life, including your sexual. How have I been dispensing my sexual energy? Am I expressing it to my own favor? It's in the book. The book is going to be given free to those who participate in the 6-night manifestation conclave. 18 money rituals, a course in money manifestation. And one of them is sex money ritual. The conclave is going to happen online on Google Meet. The link, if you need full information, just click the link in my bio. Sexual energy audits. You are not paying attention. You must have a mental state of consciousness where you become the third person. You can be aware of your consciousness. The conclave is not free. It is 195,000. Just click the link in the bio if you want to participate in it. That's it. Are you aware of your own consciousness? Are you conscious of your consciousness? Do you understand the concept of mirror work? Do you question yourself? Do you ask yourself, let me tell you, let's see, one of the things that changed my life, this is it. I discovered that the reason people are not getting the right answers is because they are not asking the right questions. I don't answer every question because a lot of people, in the name of trying to prove they are intelligent, they answer every question they are asked. Your question must be right so that I can give you the right answer. And a lot of people, they have not exercised their cardinal institutions to the point where they you are getting the wrong result because you are applying the wrong formula. That's great, Mimi. That's the problem. When you ask the right question, you're going to get the right answer. So a lot of us, you need to start reframing the questions that you are asking. Why me? This empowering question, why me? You are going to get the answer to why me. And the answer will be wrong because it's a wrong question. Because why me? Why not you? Who are you? Why not you? All my friends have gone ahead of me. Why me? Of course, yeah, you will keep digging yourself into the dungeon of depression and sadness and bitterness because you are asking the wrong question. What do I need to do about this situation? That is the right question. Because now you want to activate the neurons in your brain to trigger neuroplasticity so that all the parastatals of your human institution, come on, they get to work. That's the right question. You will get the right answer to a right question. You will get the wrong answer to a wrong question. People are looking for the right answer, but they're not asking the right question. That's the problem. So they want the person answering them, they think they can get solution from a wrong question. So the person answering them is forced to fashion out the right answer from a wrong question. You can never harvest a bad crop from a good tree. It is only a good tree that will bring forth a good fruit. A bad tree will bring forth bad fruit. And so your wrong question will only give you wrong answers. No matter the magic, any motivational speaker, any orator, whoever, any coach, any life coach, no matter how important you think they are, if you ask the right question, you're going to get the right answer. You ask the wrong question, you get the wrong answer. And many of us, you are asking life the wrong question. You're not asking the right question. And I'm telling you, one of the most stupid questions to ask is, why me? Because life is just going to slap you in the face. Because why not you? Now let's go to epigenetics. Because one of the reasons a lot of people are living this life of irresponsibility. See, you did not inherit alcoholism from your father. You inherited the habits. So when we talk about ancestral transfer of negative algorithm, we're not talking about the thing itself. And this is the beauty of this dimension, because it simply means that you can change it. It's a habit. The parents have a habit of being indifferent when it comes to money. So you inherited that habit from them. You can change it. You can decide that, no, I'm not going to be indifferent about money. My parents were poor because they were indifferent about money. It is a habit. But many people think that they inherited the main. They think they inherited the cause and the effect. No, you inherited the effect, not the cause. You inherited the effect, you didn't inherit the cause. Happy Sunday, Miss Olurem. And there are people who inherited the habit of irresponsibility and lack of accountability. One of the reasons people are poor, broke, busted, and stranded is because they are not responsible with money. They are not accountable to themselves and to anybody. The majority of people out there believe that money should be spent. Even in business, they are not accountable. And that's why most people are looking for miracle money. Now, the definition of miracle money is crime money. That's what it is. Not the money they have earned by virtue of the work and the value they have brought to the marketplace, or the money they have earned because of the extra channels of abundance they qualify for, because now they have become a stakeholder in the marketplace of the universe. Irresponsibility and lack of accountability. A friend came to town and we had to get a short-let apartment for the friend. The service that they provided is zero in the short-let apartment. Zero. The AC was not working. If you want to ask me a question, ask respectfully. If you don't ask respectfully, I'm going to block you. AC not working. The window busted. We didn't notice all those things until rain started and the guests noticed, and this looks like a fine place, right? And when I confronted the management, they said, we have 3 short-let apartments in Abuja. We are working on the 4th one. And I said, you are working on the 4th short-let with this kind of service that you are providing. You shouldn't be in business. If Nigeria was an ethical society, based on your approach to business, you should not have a business. You should not have a business. Brown Stream Grand Rising. You shouldn't have a business. That's why you cannot be like others. There are many people in this country that you should not compare yourself to them, no matter the level of their success. Forget about their success. Because if you want to be like them, then you have to be as irresponsible as them, because it is not their business that is funding the business. Their business is funded by external factors. So a lot of you are trying to compare yourself with them, and that's why the business is not working. Because you are irresponsible and then you're not accountable. So how is the business going to work? Because it's the law of ethics, the ethics of business. You treat your customers wrongly, you are disrespectful to customers, the people, your staff are irresponsible, and then you think a business is going to work. No, but it can work in Nigeria because it is money laundering they are using to fund the business. So the business is not necessarily generating profits. There are other external factors. So the business is a cover-up for the life they are living in secret. Study your environment and you will understand things better. Except you also want to join them to steal. Except you're also looking for a politician that will be using you for money laundering, so that they can control you and determine where you go, where you don't go, and you lose your freedom. But if you want to live an ethical life, if you want to do business with ethics, it is important to note that if you have the algorithm of irresponsibility and accountability, the business will never work. It's as simple as that. You can pray and shout on your tongue every 7 a.m. in the morning. The business is not going to work. If the population of people claiming entrepreneur in Nigeria is true, we won't be dealing with this much challenges we have, because what is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship is about problem solving, right? America is where it is today because of entrepreneurs. China is where it is today because of entrepreneurs. So if most young people are claiming that they are entrepreneurs, why do we still have the littlest problems in Nigeria unsolved? Because it is a lie. Most people are not entrepreneurs. They are criminals disguising as entrepreneurs, and a lie. A lot of people are into shady things disguised under entrepreneurship. Please note this. That's why you won't look at people and think they are better than you. When it comes to your journey of money manifestation, you're not trying to compete with anybody. The goal is freedom to buy any experience you want. The goal is the freedom to take care of the people you are responsible for. That's it. The goal is to have enough. You have more and enough left to do the things that you are passionate about. That's it. You're not trying to be an odogu. No. My definition of an ogudogu is a criminal. That's it. And I'm not saying it to bash the Igbo people. I'm not saying it. I'm saying it based on how it has become a trend. Odogu perene. Criminals, you don't know what they are doing for money. They can't even explain what they are doing for money. They are not known for anything anything specifically they are doing for money. Because based on ethics and how a lot of so-called entrepreneurs handle their businesses in Nigeria, they should not be in business, like I said. They shouldn't be in business. But when you pay attention, you will discover that the business isn't and can't sustain itself. The business is funded by external factors they cannot talk about in public. And you cannot be like that. You want to run a legacy-conscious business institution. That's what you want to do. And anything built on lies and deception can never last. They can be praising you now. You're on social media posting your video, Odogu Pere, Lagos thug claiming real estate, but all of them are thugs. And you are shouting and people are praising you. Okay. Let's see how that goes. And a lot of people in society are breaking their back, trying to be like other people. When it comes to money manifestation, your goal is your goal. You are not trying to manifest something because of someone else's property or car. No. Your desires are legitimate when your desires are original to you. There are illegitimate desires and there are legitimate desires. Based on the life you're living right now, you should be investing your money in buying power and influence and buying the keys that can unlock doors and doing PRs and strategizing, moving up the ladder. But you carried the money because somebody bought 40 million naira car in your friend. You too, you carried the money you have, went and bought 40 million naira car. And at the moment you bought the car, money ceased coming the way it used to come. I know a young man in this city. He still came to see me yesterday. He's on his 5th real estate project. Now he's telling me about how he wants to start a project that is worth 1.5 billion. He doesn't have a car. So you see, some people's life don't spoil, honestly, because they are just competing with people. This young man is on his 5th real estate project. The 5th real estate project, he came to seek my advice, is worth 1.5 billion. The location is Gudu in Abuja. If you know Gudu, Abuja. He does not have a car. I'm not saying don't have a car. Don't get me wrong. But what I am saying is simplicity. And I told him, I said, why don't you just, he said, no, that there is something he's building. See, let your life, don't live through other people's ideology. Live your own life. Live your own life. Live your own life. Relationships are getting destroyed because either of the partners are trying to compare themselves with what my friend's boyfriend did this, my friend's girlfriend is like this, comparing themselves. Foolishness and buffoonery. Stupid competition with people. You're not comparing yourself with people who are adding value and investing. You are comparing yourself with people who are spending money on frivolities and useless things. Because a lot of people are actually manifesting money, but they cannot account for the money they are manifesting because they spend those monies on nonsense. The way money is, whenever you put money in something, you must get the value for that thing. Even when you give a person money, yeah, you are meant to get value for the money you gave the person. Because money doesn't like being treated like trash. Money likes it when you pay attention to it. Money likes it when you are concerned about where it's going. If you love a woman and she tells you, I'm coming to your house, and it's 9 p.m., if you truly love the woman, you'll be like, no, it's too late, let me come and pick you. If you love a woman and she comes to your house and she wants to leave your house at 11 p.m. and she says, I'm not going home, I'm going to see my friends, you are concerned about where she is going. The same thing with money. If you give money the impression that you don't care where your money goes, money is going to be far from you. Money will run away from you because you don't care about money, right? Oh, man. It's interesting, honestly, what the world is turning to. And how people are wasting their lives away and then blaming Satan, blaming devil. There are people right now who don't have any savings. And it is not that they are not making money, but they don't have any savings because it is spend, just spend. So they are manifesting money, but they cannot account for it. And the lack of accountability structure and responsibility, it sometimes is traceable to this. When they say sins of the father, it is not necessarily sin. It is the errors and mistakes of your parents that have been imprinted as genetic codes in your DNA. So you act the same way, irresponsibly and without accountability structure. And you think that your problem is government. Your problem is not government. Your problem is you. I have never in my life blamed government. No. I hold government responsible. I call government out, but I'm not expecting government to fix my immediate problems. This is very important. Because genes are like a blueprint, right? Genes are like a blueprint, but epigenetics is like a switchboard. That's what it is. Please take note of the words I'm using. Epigenetics is like a switchboard that controls the part of the blueprints that are used. So epigenetics control the part of your genes that are used in any situation. And you see, how many people until now knew anything about epigenetics? Because if you just study epigenetics alone and you apply it into your life and you study the trajectory of your life in the last 20 years, you're going to find the solution to your problem in that without praying. Without praying. You will get to the source code. That's what you're going to get to, the source code. And you will start introducing new data. You introduce new data. And the moment you introduce new data, what happens? You trigger neuroplasticity in your brain. New information, then the new life begins. And then that is what it means to rewrite the ancestral algorithm that has kept a lot of people in penury and in suffering and in struggles. Because genes are like a blueprint, but epigenetics is the switchboard that controls the part of your gene that is used. If you know the kind of research work that is going into the concept of DNA now, with all the DNA modification, the melanin research, all these things that are happening, you are going to be shocked. Now listen to this, guys. There is you did not just inherit the physical features of your parents, you also inherited their trauma. Thank you. This is an IT. Mr. Shon is an IT person. Auditing your back end. You are auditing your back end. That's what you are doing. I have told you several times, the day I began to change my life was the day I began to use scientific approach to every problem. I approach every problem like a scientist. That's what I do. Because for me, science is a child of spirituality. Spirit science is what I practice. So if I have a problem, I am approaching it like the way a scientist will approach the problem. And because there is a spiritual backup, I know that it is not just, data collection. There are unseen forces and systems backing up that operation. Thank you very much. One of the biggest blows that religion dealt to a lot of people is it separated science from spirituality. And that's how people became confused. And guess what? When you hear the concept of metaphysical, even mainstream science has become a fraud, because the metaphysical realm is the spiritual realm. The realm on earth that you cannot see with your physical eyes. Simple as ABC. There are protons, neutrons, electrons, atoms that are all over us right now. Nothing is empty. There are no vacuums in the space, in the quantum field. That is the spiritual realm, the metaphysical realm that you cannot see. So anybody telling you about spirituality and they cannot approach it and actually align it with science, leave all these Babalawo, DBA, all these people on TikTok fooling themselves. Unlettered people. People are telling, just burn candles, everything is okay. No, it's not just about burning candles. It's, every ritual you do from the place of ignorance worsens your situation. But when you do a ritual from the place of the 3 dimensions of growth, knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, is magical. That's magical. Symbolic action. I talked about symbolic action on Friday. Symbolic action that you use to represent your intention. And you carry them out from the Trinity of knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. Stress, trauma, even poverty can leave epigenetic marks. And those marks are going to pass through generations. They will pass through generations. Now, external factors, the major external factor that affects the epigenetics is environment, behavior, experiences. Now, these things don't necessarily change the DNA sequence, but it does something to the genetic codes, because thank you, genetic mutation, because your genetic codes are different from your DNA. The genetic codes are in the DNA. So you see where your hope is now. The DNA sequence does not change. It is the genetic codes that are corrupted by epigenetics, by factors like environment and behavior and bad habits and experiences. Psychology is deeply spiritual. Everything is spiritual and physical at the same time. Oh man, exactly. They are the memory holders in your. Thank you, Mr. Oluwaseun. This is IT. See the way I'm using science, IT, data processing, all of these things to explain what most people will say. It is not ordinary. It's not an ordinary. Who told you it's not ordinary? What's not ordinary? What's not ordinary? Error 404, that's what you are saying. And there is no error that cannot be fixed. As long as it is a sequence, as long as it is an algorithm, as long as it is data related, it can be fixed. That's why it has a number. Error 404 simply means that there is a pattern that exists to fix that particular error. Error 404 is different from error 301. There's the pattern, the system that you use to fix error 404 is different from what you use to fix another error. Exactly, file not found. Oh man, I want to see a lot of people. See, even if it's just 10% of the people who belong to my community on social media, even if it is just 10% of them that can say that they started applying these principles and it changed everything for them this year, because it is 2025, the year of endings. You can't carry some of these syntax errors, all this corruption in your memory bank. You can't take them into 2026. They must be fixed, and they can be fixed. They must be fixed, and they can be fixed. Thank you, Mr. Sheon. Don't format. Go back and audit your codes. Come on, man. Oh, so I'm not wrong after all. So this is an IT person. I'm not a science student. I'm an art student, right? But science has transformed my life because I approach science from the spiritual angle. I don't separate spirit and science. I approach both of them together simultaneously. I'm doing rituals. I'm auditing my psychology. I'm doing rituals. I'm doing self-examination. Everything is happening simultaneously. I'm auditing my life. I'm doing investigation. Come on now, man. How would you do all this and then your life would remain the same? Thank you. Back testing. I would like one of you guys that are IT inclined here to develop a program. How you can transform your life using technology. Because this is technology, actually. Transforming your life is a technology you must understand. You must develop an application, a technology for the transformation of your life. Oh man, and nobody can do this for you. You are the one that must do it for yourself. There is a man I listen to a lot. He's one of the Holocaust survivors. He survived Holocaust and his parents and all that. And do you know that a lot of the Holocaust survivors, they have different stress responses, post PTSD that was transferred. They inherited this PTSD from their parents because of the things their parents went through. Are you aware that the majority of Africans are suffering from PTSD of slavery of over 400 years? Why do you think that the majority of Nigerians, they only dance and laugh when their oppressors are oppressing them? It is in their DNA. It is in their genetic code. It's a code in their genetics. That's what it is. It's a code in there. They must respond to oppression. Bring them death, and they praise you for it because that's what is in their genetic codes. They inherited it. They inherited not standing up for themselves from their parents. They inherited scarcity mindset from their parents because their parents did not do a great job. And they also have not grown up, mature to the point where they take the bull by the horn and say, no, this is my life. No. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. But now I'm a man. I have to put away childish things. I can't continue to blame my parents. This is my life. I have to live this life the way I want to live this life. I can't be loyal to the ancestral algorithm of scarcity, of misery, of suffering and struggles in my family. That's what Nigeria. So when people tell me join the protest, I can't join a protest with people who are functioning based on their genetic codes. Let's deal with it from the source code, from the root cause. Let's deal with it first. That's why my only contribution to the Nigerian problem is serving people knowledge that will help them. That's it. I'm not interested in politics. I'm not interested in any protest, any rants. I'm not interested. I don't rant with ignorant people who love their oppressors like their lives depend on it. It's in the genetic code. So you see, lifestyle influence. Look at it. I was dating a girl then, Tayo. And I took her out to eat the first time to a restaurant. And we ordered food, and then she said she was not. And I said, do you want? She was like, no, she doesn't want Coke. That they don't drink Coke in their family. So I said, have you tried drinking it? He said, when she was in the UK studying, her friends influenced her to drink Coke. When she drank Coke, that week was the most turbulent week so far in her life. That was the most turbulent week of her life. Because it is not in the genetic code, DNA of our family, to take those carbonated drinks. So if she had turned it to a habit and she starts drinking it, that is genetic mutation. Epigenetics kicks in. Habits. And then she is going to transfer that to her own children. Oh God, man. Lifestyle influence, diet. Exposure to all those toxins. All these things actually suppress the genes that are linked to diseases, aging, mental health. There are people who have mental problems in their family. You don't need, listen to me, guys. The solution to the problem you have in your life is within you and around you. Start a research. Joining anybody's prayer every day does not solve your problem. I'm not trying to attack anybody. I'm simply telling you the facts. Ayo said her dad was scared of spiders. Her son is also terrified of spiders. Now, the difference between genetic mutation and epigenetics is that epigenetics can change through reversibility. So you get now. So you're talking about environmental factors, behavioral factors, habits, and all of those things. All you have to do is to change an environment, change your behavior, change all of those things through lifestyle adjustments. And then you have sorted out the epigenetics issues that you have. Reversibility, exactly. But reversibility is hard work. You've seen something that is a pattern and you're like, no, I'm going to break this yoke. And yoke breaking is not mouth, because people think it is mouth. So they do rituals for 2 days. They no longer do it again. This thing, I'm used to it. I know it. They know it. They know everything. Yeah, they know everything. They're looking for the lazy man way, the easy way out. There are people right now that if you don't pay attention to your nutrition, you're going to end up like your parents or your grandparents. You're going to end up like somebody in your family that suffered terminal disease. And no prayer can solve that. No prayer. Because that is the biggest problem we have in Nigeria. Thinking that all we need to do is pray. The same thing the fathers did. They prayed for government until they died. And Nigeria is still a shithole. The grandfathers prayed until they died. The sons now are praying because their oppressors are telling them, all we can do is pray for Nigeria. Thunder fire you and your prayer. So you see, there are people right now, you are easily stressed. Some people need regular exercise. Detox. People need generational healing. You break ancestral trauma patterns with energy healing, with intention setting. You are meant to live your life intentionally. That's what you are meant to do. Prayer does not solve it. I'm telling you the truth. There is something called epigenetics manifestation. If you want to run an ancestral healing, or you have specific health concerns, embark on epigenetics manifestation. That's what you are meant to do. So you are not just manifesting, you're not just meditating. You want to meditate for the purpose of rewriting, of reversing the impact of epigenetic factors in your genetic code. That's what you're doing. It is work. You have to be a scientist. A scientist that is on a research will not leave what they are doing and go and watch Super Eagles and Rwanda and be crying, Nigeria must win that match. Who gives a F if Nigeria loses, if Nigeria does not go to World Cup? If you are still concerned about that, your stupidity does not have, it has a wing. It has wings flying. God won't do it for you. You are the one that will do it for yourself. Just know that now. Because you see, there is the epigenetics of madness in Nigeria, where people, their parents apply the same thing, no solution. They have continued from where their parents stopped. And what is madness? What is madness? What do they call it? Is it madness? What do they call it? Doing the same thing the same way and expecting a different result. Mental problem. I've said I'm going to be giving assignment to people after every session. You know what you're meant to do? Embark on epigenetics, meditation, and manifestation for your ancestral healing. That's what you're meant to do. If you have specific health concerns, and this is not something you have to get a journal for this. Pleasant Sunday, get a journal, because you are going to receive information, data, codes that you're going to start writing down. You are going to use this to form a system, more or less like an engineering system you're going to use to deal with the situation. And then it becomes more or less like an application you are using to guide your life. That's the assignment. For those who would like to do it, it's not by force. So you can go and keep praying and fasting with other people. There are people who, the kind of monies you have made in your life, but because you are surrounded by vultures in the name of trying to help people. And that's the same thing your parents did. When I looked at my father, one of the things I said, I will not end up the way this man. He wasn't even dead then. I said, I won't end up the way this man is ending up. Because I am not going to live my life like a man who people built business empires. They built other empires on his back, but he couldn't build anything for himself. No, I'm not going to live my life like that. That's the sins of the father, the errors and the mistakes, the error 404 and the mistakes of the father. And I'm not going to format the file. I'm going to reset the codes. Oh God, man. Guys, I'm going to stop here. I've told you that for the rest of this year, this is all I'm going to be focusing on. This is high-level personal development. This one is more than motivational talk. If you are a VIP member, please, you don't have to pay for the 6-night money manifestation conclave. The annual subscription already covers every premium masterclass we're going to have this year. So you don't have to pay for it, right? So if you are a VIP member, please note that. If you are a subscriber on TikTok, we have a discount for you. It's meant to be 195,000, but because you are a subscriber on TikTok, you are going to pay 150,000 naira. It is those who are not VIP and they are not subscribers that would pay 195,000 naira for the 6-night event, and then followed up by 1 month access to the Money Manifestation Challenge in the Femi Jubao VIP community. Machi, I said embark on epigenetics, meditation and manifestation for ancestral healing. The healing can be in your money life, in your health, can be anything. Embark on it. Epigenetics, manifestation, and meditation. That's what you are doing for ancestral healing. And this is something you approach, like, not that you are doing, oh, you're going to do this for 9 days, and then some people call you and told you Nigeria is playing match, or they are doing one nonsense program, and you are taking a break for that when you are meant to focus on what you are doing. If you are part of the VIP, Daisy, you will know now. Selena, good afternoon. Let me tell you, some people came to this world to joke their destiny away. Just know that. And when I see them, I always know them. When I see people who came here to joke their destiny away, I know them. I know them. They feign seriousness, but they are joking their destiny away. It's epigenetics. Somebody in their ancestry also joked his or her destiny away. And they think prayer can solve it for them. No problem. Keep praying. Keep praying. Let's see how far that goes. If it really works, by now, a lot of people in Nigeria would have been free from their poverty and their suffering. Even Nigeria would have been better than this. Delusional prayers. There is nobody that would listen to what I just said today, and you are going to apply this, and you have to wake up tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. to go and be screaming with some people. Chakala, chakala, chakala. No, that's full buffoonery. By the 8th of April, we're going to begin the 6-night money manifestation conclave. And those who would like to register, you can click the link in the bio to register for it. Like I said, if you are a VIP in my community off social media, you don't have to pay because you already paid your 1-year subscription. If you are a subscriber on TikTok, then there's a discount for you, which is 150,000. If you are not, you don't belong to any of these categories, it is 195,000. Now, please listen. A lot of messages coming into all these phone numbers. Listen to me, please, guys. I don't respond to people who are not paying me. This session is over 1 hour. It is free. Benefit from that. That's it. Outside this, if you are not paying me, I don't give you attention. Because you have to ensure that you deal with that thing in you that makes you want to waste your attention with people who don't think you deserve to be paid. That's another road to poverty. So if you're not paying me, I'm not paying attention to you. Cry in the DM, hit your head on the wall, I'm not paying attention to you. I do free things and I do free live sessions. Join those free live sessions, and that's all I can offer those who are not paying me. Because my father did a lot of free things and he died in regrets. Building other people's life. while he couldn't build anything for himself. I don't know. I am going to do some free things, but this is the free thing I can do. So anybody sending messages to the WhatsApp, Mr. Femi, please can I do this? I am not going to answer you. And I have told my boys, don't answer anybody that is telling stories, tales by moonlight. Facts. Let people say I'm insensitive. No problem. They will not visit the sins of the father from the first to the 10th generation on my head. No, it ended with my father. It will not continue with me. So anybody you want to talk, there is private session to talk to me if you are not a member of my VIP. Yes. You need more explanation. There is the VIP that I do month, and the VIP is going to end in 2025. There's no VIP from 2026 anyways, because we are starting a new program entirely. If you can't afford all that, there is a TikTok subscriber only, which is just 3,000 naira or how much. If you cannot afford that, there is the free session like this. Join it. If you cannot join that, then there is nothing I can do for you in this life or the next. So that's that. Don't forget the assignment I gave. Those who would like to do it, generational healing. This is how you can break ancestral trauma patterns and all that. Carry it out with seriousness and emotions. Epigenetics, meditation, and manifestation for ancestral healing. You're going to need a journal and a pen. You're going to need some candles and burn it. All of those things, I'm going to explain it more to the subscriber-only TikTok session tonight. So if you want to participate, please subscribe on TikTok, because we have 9 p.m. tonight, subscriber-only live session, where I'm going to delve deeper into what I've just said this afternoon. So thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you, my subscribers, in the evening at 9 p.m. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you.